Okay, so this is going to be November's book haul. This is Stories from the Ark of a Scythe. This one's called Gleanings. This is book 3.5. I loved the Scythe trilogy. And then I found out about this one from Jessie the Reader. I cannot wait to read this. Moment of... Oh, and if I didn't say who that's by, Neal Shusterman, which I think everybody knows that by now. But anyway, Gleanings, Neal Shusterman. Moment of Truth, Kasie West. Okay, just like with my monthly TBR, with book hauls, I'm not going to talk about what the books are about because I don't read the synopsis. Even in my reading wrap-up, I'll only talk about it very little, just because in case someone doesn't want to know what it's about. Because for me, I feel like everybody, what's a spoiler to me may not be to other people. What's a spoiler to them may not be a spoiler to me. And sometimes synopsises can have spoilers in them. But anyway, Moment of Truth, Kasie West. Birthday Girl, Penelope Douglas. I never heard of this author. And I've said this in my December TBR, which my December TBR will go up before this. But for this one, I learned about this book because of Destiny Sidwell. And I don't think she cared for it because it had an age gap between the girl and a guy. But the girl and the boy, they break up, and I think she broke up with him or whatever. And then she goes with, or gets with, or however it goes, the ex's dad. Like I said in the TBR, I don't think you should date your ex's friends, cousins, siblings, relative, any kind of relative. But for me, that's like more than a slap in the face. That's like a big F you. You break up with your ex and you get with your ex's dad. Like, yeah, that screams a big F you to me. And I'm not going to cuss in here, so I just said it that way. But anyway, Birthday Girl, Penelope Douglas. I had got, most of my books come from either Amazon or McKay's, but I had bought 2 from the public library when I went last week. This is one of them. Cinderella and the Billionaire, Marion, Lennox. This is a romance. Birthday Girl, I'm not really sure what the genre is, but I know Moment of Truth is a romance. Gleanings, fantasy. I know, would it still be considered a dystopian? Because I know in the beginning, like the trilogy, it's... So I'm guessing, yeah, it would be. Anyway. There's this one, 25¢ at my library. I got The Haven by Carol Lynch. Carol Lynch Williams is the author. The Haven is the name of the book. In my reading wrap-up, I talked about how as I was reading through this, it reminded me of Neal Shusterman's Unwind, that quartet. It's not the same thing. It's just, it reminds me of it. And if you've read Unwind and you've read this one, you'd understand why I think that. Oh, and if I didn't say who the author of this one is, Marion Lennox. I bought this from the library for 25¢. Falling for the Millionaire. It's also romance by Merrillee Whren. I ended up finding out, and I found out when I got home, this is book 3. So I need book 1, which is called Second Chance Reunion, and I need book 2, Nursing the Soldier's Heart. This is the Village of Hope series, and I think it's only a trilogy. And I have seen these a bunch of times and was not going to get them, but I was either watching Faith or Destiny. Well, anyway, I don't know what made me click in my head, let me get those, because I had just recently started watching Faith and Destiny last week. But I have seen these so many times. They're both by Kerri and Maniscalo. This is Stalking Jack the Ripper. And this is Kingdom of the Wicked. Kingdom of the Wicked is a trilogy. This is a quartet. Now, normally I would get the whole series before I start reading anything. But I think with these 2, I'm going to read these first. I think. I don't know, because in the beginning, when I was starting to, in the beginning, I'm saying in the beginning, but I've been reading I've been reading my entire life. Back a few years ago, I was trying to read book 1 of several different ones. And then I was like, okay, if I like them, I'll get the rest. Well, I liked all those, so I had to wait for the next ones. And I'm just like, I don't want to do that. I want to be able to go immediately to the next one. So I started getting, like, all the books in a series before I would read them. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do this yet, because I don't know. They sound interesting, but when I first started seeing it, and I've seen these a bunch of times, I just wasn't going to get them. And now all of a sudden I have them, so there's that. Anyway, I have a couple by, well, I have 4 of these, but you've already seen one. These are also by Kasie West. I have Listen to Your Heart. I have On the Fence. And I have Lucky in Love. I love Kasie West. Her books are amazing. I had, was reading my last one, and when I finished it, I'm like, okay, this is just not going to do. This is the last book on my shelf by her. So I ordered 2 more, and then a little bit later I ordered another 2. So there's that. 3 more in this haul. Well, technically it's 4. I'm going ahead and record this, and then I'm waiting for one that should be delivered today, and I'll just have to do another clip and then edit them together. And hopefully, it doesn't. Anyway, beside the point. I've got The Inmate by Freida McFadden. This one's mystery thriller. And for this one, I haven't read anything by this author. I haven't read this book. I just seen it at McKay's, and it seemed interesting. I've never read anything by Kerri Maniscalo before. Merrillee, Whren, never read anything by her. The Cinderella and the Billionaire, that was the first time I've read anything by Marion, Lennox. Carolyn Williams, I never read anything by her until I read The Haven. And then Penelope Douglas, I haven't read anything by her until, till Birthday Girl, which I've got to read. But anyway, this one, never heard of it, just picked it up at McKay's because I've seen it and it looked interesting because, again, I don't read synopsises. You Don't Know by Imran, Mahmood. It's a mystery thriller. I may have jacked up the author's name, but again, never read this, never read anything by the author, so I'm going to check this out. This is also a mystery thriller, if I haven't said. The Restless Dark is by Erica Waters. I seen this, what was I looking at? I was either on a social media platform and I seen an ad for it, or it could have been either on Amazon in the suggestions or on Goodreads suggestions. I don't know. I just seen it. It had if I remember correctly, it had a short little something. I don't know. I don't remember. It just seemed interesting. So, Erica Waters, The Restless Dark. She also did The River Has Teeth. I haven't read that one either. This is just my first time hearing about the author, and I picked up the book. Some other ones by her. Ghost Wood Song and The River Has Teeth. Anyway, that's my book haul. I've got one more that I'm waiting for. It should come in the middle of the day. It says out for delivery. Normally my mail runs anywhere between 12 and 1. Don't know where it's at. But when it comes in, I'll go ahead and, add that clip. But I won't be editing this together anytime soon because this video isn't going up until the second week of December. Okay, so I just checked Amazon and the status of my tracking, and it said it was delivered in my mailbox, so I went out to get it. So, to finish up this video for my book haul, The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandanna. Hopefully I didn't butcher that. Oh, and just a rant for a second. This is supposed to be perforated to where you could just, rip it off. No, I had to have scissors. But anyway, I've seen Elliot Brooks talk about this one a few times, 2 or 3 times, and I'm just like, finally on the last time I seen her talk about it, I'm like, you know what, let me just get it. So anyway, this wraps up my book haul for November. Hope you guys have a great day, great weekend. Bye.